Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So I'm going to start off something new. Uh, I'm going to do some gameplay. So I'll be starting off with Cities Skylines, which is a great game, one of my favorites. So let's get started with a new game. So for the map, I'll be selecting the Shady Strats. Uh, since for the DLCs, I have two of them. One is the mass transit one, and the other is the industries one. So this has each of them in pretty good quantities, so we will be able to utilize them. So let's have it left-hand traffic since that's what I have in my place. And for the city name, let it be what it seems. So let's begin. Okay, so we have opened up. Okay, so we got this error. This is related to one of my assets. So yeah, we will not really be using them, so it doesn't really matter. You can ignore. Okay, so for the beginning, let's have a look at the layout of the place. I have not played this map before. Okay, there is a river that divides the land into two. Okay. Okay, so we are going to start with having our residential and commercial zones on the left of this highway area, and the industrial one will be on the right side. Okay, let's start by building the roads. Okay, this is the only one I have right now, although I will not be using that to lay out the entire thing. So one thing to keep in mind, in the initial game stages, the money that you have is quite critical. So it's usually is very runs very low. So you need to keep that in mind. So instead of using that one, I'm going to use the two-lane gravel road, which will be much cheaper for now. Later on, I can obviously easily upgrade them. So let's just connect this up with the highway that we have. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's increase the length of this now. Okay, so this will be your main road that connects up to the highway. So, and the two areas, the industrial and the residential areas, will be beside this. So, in order to future-proof this part of the uh, build, let's uh, have our industrial and also the residential areas a bit far from the main highway, so that later on when the traffic becomes a bit much, we can either widen the highway, add few more lanes or roads for it, or even have some roundabouts for accessing the industrial and the commercial zone. So that will help us going forward. Okay, let's have it till here. Okay, let's connect it up to the main area. Let's divide this big chunk of land into two. Okay. Okay. So for the industrial areas, I'm going to use uh, bigger block sizes. So bigger block sizes than the commercial and the residential zones. That will be because traffic is usually lesser in the residential areas, and over in the industrial areas, there are lots of trucks going around, which really messes up the traffic later on. So more smaller block sizes means more intersections, which leads to more traffic chaos. Okay, the roads are laid out. Next, we need power. So we will be trying to go with all green power, wind, water, and solar energy. We'll try to stay away from the coal and the oil powers, but no guarantees. If required, we may have to use them. But for now, let's begin with trees. Let's have the pumping station. Since the water is flowing to the left, we'll have the intake of uh, water supply over here and the output of the sewage at the extreme left. Yeah. Let's connect both of these up with pipes. That's done. Okay. Okay, we'll also need to provide the sewage and water supply to our industrial and residential areas. So you'll see that I'm running them below the roads. That's what usually happens in normal cities, because in case there needs to be done some repairs or some upgrades, the roads can easily be dug up and they can do it. Um, in this game, it doesn't really matter where we put them, but to just keep it the same aesthetics, I'm going to have them under the roads. Okay, so let's power up our switch one. Okay, the intake is already getting power from that, and also we'll have to provide power to uh, our residential and the industrial areas. It will be a bit messy right now. Later on, once the buildings come up, we can take out this uh, mess of wires, because they will get interconnected. Okay, now let's start off the game. Just fast forward it a bit. Okay, let's just see if everything is working fine. This thing is not working. Okay, it does not seem to be connected. Yeah, now it's operating normal. Okay, we need to move the power a bit now. Yeah, this should be fine. We're good over there. Now let's start with the zoning. So as I had said, on the left of this main highway linking road, we will have our residential zones, and on the right, we will have the industrial ones. Okay, buildings are getting built. We should soon see cars and other vehicles driving in. So the industrial area has not come up. Okay, it's starting up. Don't need all of this right now. Oh, okay, we got power. Let's see the power situation. So for now, it's enough. We'll start complaining soon. The buildings start come up and they upgrade. Water is fine. So when I'm opening some of the menus, you will see some custom assets. We'll talk about them when I'll be using them. Those don't come with the vanilla game. They have been added by me from the workshop. Yes, reduce the pace a bit. Otherwise, things move a bit too fast for my liking. Okay. Here we have demand for more uh, commercial and residential zones. So let's build them up. Let's also add the water pipes, the new roads. Yeah, buildings are coming up fast. Oh, that's a nice little distant farm over here. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so the industrial areas was complaining about not being enough people, but now that we have added some more zones that have stopped that. So there seems to be more requirement of residential areas. So let's build that. Okay, let's make all of this three. Yeah, we will add road names. We'll do that in the next one. Today I'm just looking to get this build started, give it some form, reach the population milestone of 440, and we will continue from there from tomorrow. That's our goal for the day, is to reach the 440 population milestone. Seem to be halfway there, and this industrial area is now really complaining of them not being enough workers. Some are getting resolved as more residential spaces start getting populated. But overall, that problem still remains of the industrial zone. So let's add some more residential spaces. Hopefully that will resolve that. So one of the main reasons I've gone with the industrial area to being on the riverside on the right, because this is a smaller area. Once I start to have the main road over here, this will be a smaller area. So you can just see that just a small area for the industries want so many people. So I need a larger, what do you call, residential space. Okay, water supply needs to be added over there. So that's one of the main reasons I've done that. Okay, now it seems good. Okay, now there seems to be more demand for the industrial space. So let's get building on that. Yeah, there is some real space comes over here. Okay, hope everything has water and power. Yeah, should be fine. Okay, now let's have a look at our electricity situation. Yeah, as I thought, as more buildings come in, just one windmill can't power them. So yeah, we'll need to add more. Yeah, so that's the advantage of this coal power tanks and the oil one, because they can pretty much, one of them can supply the entire city on this. But yeah, we are going for a clean build over here. So let's go with that theme. Okay, we have some demand for commercial and residential zones. Let's have that. And also let's extend. Okay, so let's have our second connection to the main road. I am not going to connect it to the main major highway or road that we call. I'm not going to connect that to each and every chance that I get to my residential zone or even the industrial zone because that will just lead to more traffic. I need to have this road pretty much free of traffic. There should not be too many intersections over there. Okay, we need more residential spaces, so let's have them here. Let's have a closer look. Sorry, how it's going on. People running around. Not much of transportation. Okay, so we have reached our first milestone. A little hamlet. So we have few new things getting added. We can give additional taxes for the different zones. We can take loans. Important services being added: garbage, healthcare, and education, which are important for expansion of cities. Okay, so since it's the first episode, we will have it short over here. Let's skip it till there, and we'll continue from here in the next episode. If you like what you saw, give a like. If you want to see more of this, then do subscribe to the channel.